Hello, and welcome back to Easy Thoughts. This is episode 11 now. We are into our second 10. I was quite emotional yesterday.
Oh yeah?
When I uploaded. Yeah.
Right.
I had a little tear in my eye. It's like I watched this small baby grow into a slightly bigger baby.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, this week is Humanities' greatest achievements in the eyes of Easy Thoughts.
In our eyes.
This is not a completely factual list,
No, not entirely.
but I'd say we're qualified to say what humanity's done right. All right, there you go.
Alright.
What's your take on it then? Are we starting with just what we think the biggest achievement is?
Yeah, we can do.
All right. Well, what do you think? Humanity's
My
biggest
personal
achievement?
view is that the internet is humanity's biggest achievement.
I just can't.
I just think it is a magnificent creation. It links the world together. You have all the information you could possibly need right there, available to you.
Yep.
Anywhere you are.
But it's also used for bad quite a lot, so...
It is. We can say that about a lot of
Isn't
things.
90% of the internet's porn?
I have not seen that statistic.
I feel like it's quite a high percentage.
Is that a bad thing?
It's just porn. Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's not quite the marvel that you seem to think it is. It also is like the basis for a lot of crime.
What isn't?
I don't know. Skiing.
Skiing. Alright. I don't know. I've seen like some James Bond type films where like skiing down mountains, having gunfights.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not skiing being the basis for crime. They could be doing the crime without the skiing.
You could be doing crime without the internet.
Yeah, but the internet's making the crime easier.
Like what?
All the cybercrime.
Alright, yeah.
The dark web, for one.
You get crime with anything.
Alright.
You could say that like the car or the combustion engine is the biggest achievement, and then I could be like, yeah, you get crime from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you like, but I just don't think the internet is the greatest achievement. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good and everything, but I think it's gone too far.
We could not be doing.
We are very detached.
This very podcast, Will, without the internet.
That's true. Yeah. Again, I agree, but I just don't think that the internet is, for something to be a greatest achievement. I think it needs to be sort of good.
What?
Like just no bad elements, sort of thing. If something is the greatest, there's no issues with it.
Does anything not have issues?
Pyramids of Giza.
Okay, so what's your idea then?
I don't know. Because now that you've shut the internet out there, and I was just thinking of something like the pyramids, because I was pretty impressive at the time they were built, but then they were built on the back of slaves, so
also
that's not really
pretty useless.
Well, it depends if you're buried in them. Yeah, exactly. Then you've gone with something useful, and now I'm rethinking everything. So, electricity is pretty big.
Electricity is, yeah.
It's sort of the wheel. Can I say the wheel?
Yeah. Yeah.
The wheel's pretty good. Sliced bread. Now, you see, I never really truly understood the saying the best thing since sliced bread until I tried to slice bread. Have you ever actually sliced bread?
Yeah. It's not as easy as you think.
It's really hard. You start cutting down a straight line, and then all of a sudden the knife just yeets off at an angle, and you're like, well, that's my toast now doesn't fit in the toaster because there's this really fat bit at the bottom, and you're just like, brilliant. Whereas a sliced bread's pretty good. Whether it's up there with humanity's greatest achievements, I don't know. What about cheese? That's not really humanity's achievement, is it?
No.
Cheese is just mold.
Do you know the story about how they supposedly discovered cheese?
I feel like it's going to be disgusting.
Oh no, it's not that disgusting. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know how true this is. I've seen it on the internet.
On the internet,
Yeah.
It must be true then.
Font of all knowledge. Apparently, like, I don't know, some Arabians or someone who used camels to trade across the desert. They were carrying camel milk or something. Do camels make milk? I don't know.
Yeah, they're a mammal.
I think they do. Yeah.
A mammal.
Yeah, but
all mammals
we don't
make milk.
eat or we don't drink all mammal milk. Do we?
No, but all mammals do.
Alright, anyway,
what's
whatever.
the point?
They were transporting milk across the desert, and it got really hot, and it was like in its container, and like churning around and stuff. And
they made cheese.
Got to their destination, and they opened it. And I'm like, bloody hell, what's this? it's gone all hard.
And they thought, we'll eat that.
Accidentally made cheese, and some of them, one absolute mad lad was like, oh, I'm eating it.
Absolute mad lad.
Yeah, that looks lovely. I'll eat that.
Cheese is so good though.
Yeah, I'm not sure how credible that story is, but it seems plausible, doesn't it?
That leads me to another point, which again, the internet, maybe you can get a lot of knowledge. You can also get a lot of absolute tosh.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, for example, for comedy purposes, I'm part of like flat Earth groups and stuff, and because of the internet, they are spreading this knowledge around, and like anti-vaccine and stuff is all that happens because of the internet.
But it also spreads good knowledge.
Yeah, but good knowledge and bad knowledge cancel each other out to be no knowledge. If you're spreading good and bad, what's the point?
Just think of all the good things it does, like we discussed on our social media episode. All the good things about that.
I think there's also a lot of bad points.
There was.
You're just choosing to ignore the bad things and the issues with the internet.
Like, take our lives. Like, after this, I'm about to go do some uni work. I'm going to log onto my computer, go on the internet, get everything I need, do it all. I can do it all on the internet. I applied for uni on the internet. I did everything on the internet.
Yep, I agree with that.
So good.
But also, ISIS groom people by the internet. So
yeah, they do. But you can kind of control the bad things to an extent. You can.
People aren't doing that. That's the issue.
They're trying to.
Yeah, but that's the issue. People get annoyed when you try and control the bad things because people are like, no, you shouldn't be seeing what I'm doing on the internet. I need privacy.
That does annoy me. That.
Why do you need privacy? From what? What are you doing on the internet that's so bad?
Yeah, that really does annoy me. And when
Theresa May's not allowed to go tell your wife to watch porn, John.
When people cover up the cameras, I don't get that. I know a lot of people do it, but like, I don't care.
I mean, after watching Black Mirror, I did for a bit because that episode is scary, man.
Oh, the one where he watches.
Yeah, where he gets like.
Well, hopefully you're not doing that.
Well, no, but I didn't like. But that wasn't just it, was it? There was like loads of people who've been got.
Yeah,
I mean, I was doing none of the things.
They were all doing
episode.
bad things.
Yeah, I know, but it was still like.
As long as you're not doing anything.
I know, but it still was just
bad.
worrying.
Why do you care if people are watching you?
Well, I mean, I don't really use my laptop that much anyway, so.
Yeah.
I pretty much use my laptop exclusively for this, and that's it.
Someone could be watching you right now.
I wish they were. If you are watching, Mister, we are recording a podcast, and you would love it.
Yeah,
check it out. Easy thoughts, check it out. That's the people spying on me. So the internet's not the answer, I'm afraid.
No, it is.
Wrong.
It is.
Wrong. Electricity might be though.
Yeah.
Tell me a bad point about electricity. Kill the planet.
Yeah.
Can it be something fun?
Damaging the environment to get electricity.
Like.
Cheese was a good one.
Cheese. I do love cheese.
Does it have to be something we've invented or just discovered or anything?
Stonehenge is pretty impressive.
I'm pretty neutral to.
Well, I just don't understand how they got the stones up there.
Yeah, don't know.
Maybe something like the crane. Or air travel.
Air travel's pretty big, yeah.
It's pretty impressive. This thing, none of these seem that amazing. Like the greatest achievement of humanity.
You could go with like sea-going ships, because that like created what they call the world, not the World Wide Web, but in the internet term, but like, well, you know, when the world all became connected up, that was because of sailing ships.
Yeah.
Well, there were bad things about that as well, like spreading disease and killing many people.
And slavery.
Well, I mean, yeah. That was a byproduct.
Yeah, I mean... So, what we've quickly come to realise is that no matter what humanity does, no matter how good the invention is, humanity will turn it bad.
Yeah.
So, really, we're just an awful thing.
We are. Humans are just very bad, aren't we?
Mm.
We just kill everything and ruin everything.
Ruin pretty much everything.
Kill each other.
Kill animals for no reason at all.
Yeah.
Kill the planet. Kill trees. If we just see anything, we just like kill it.
Kill it.
First things first, kill that.
I I want it. Kill it.
I want that for a handbag. I want that for something like that. That annoys me so much. Just trophy hunting. Trophy hunting, which isn't related to handbags, it does my head in a lot.
Right.
I just don't get it.
No, same.
I don't get what is so great about shooting a defenceless animal with a gun. Take the gun off the trophy hunter, and then by all means go and try and kill a lion or an elephant. I'd love to see it. Because it'd fail.
Yeah.
But like the lion or the elephant or whatever is just minding their own business, and then just...
So, is there anything we've done that we haven't somehow exploited to be bad?
That's the thing, that's the...
I was thinking maybe like some kind of fertilizer or
Well, they ruin everything
crop
as well.
thing or whatever, but yeah, they're not good.
Medicine?
Yeah, that's true.
But you can even argue that medicine's bad.
A lot of people use it wrong.
Well, it's not that using it wrong, it's more the fact that medicine's making us live longer,
Yeah.
which is then in turn destroying the planet.
Ruin everything else, yeah.
Because there's too many people. Wow. This is quite depressing.
Oh, I really thought...
You thought the internet was the one, didn't you?
I mean, I still argue it is, but I'm trying to think of others.
The light bulb. No. Telephone, maybe? That hasn't really been used badly. Has it?
I mean, probably.
Why?
Well, just in the same way you could say the internet's used for crime, you could say phones are used for crime.
Yeah, but phones are a lot easier to, like, trace.
Yeah.
You can't VPN your telephone.
Yeah, but it still happens.
Yeah, and then the police use that to track the criminals down.
I could say the same thing about the internet, though.
No, because as soon as you VPN, that's it. Game over.
Alright. A lot of people always say going to the moon was the biggest achievement, which I just, no.
I mean, in terms of engineering, yeah, pretty impressive.
Didn't really achieve.
This is the thing. We haven't defined what we want our greatest achievement to be.
Yeah.
Like, is
true.
it based on engineering? Because then you have to take into account things like the Great Wall of China and the pyramids and all this stuff that, for the time, was like ridiculous.
Or are we going with like the most beneficial?
Which so far we've struggled with.
Yeah.
I cannot think of anything that humanity has done that is purely beneficial. Wind turbines, but they're boring.
People always, there's many arguments against them as well.
Yeah, but that's from idiots. Penicillin?
The refrigerator.
You think? Sorry, right?
Being able to store food for a long time. Refrigeration.
You can have a nice cold drink.
I mean like keeping food from going off.
We just used to salt things, didn't we?
Well, they had their ways back in the day, yeah. But
I mean, humanity was doing alright up until the fridge.
yeah.
But yeah, okay. Penicillin and antibiotics. They were good for a bit. Starting to not work now. I think medicine really is probably the route you have to look for.
Yeah, medicine is...
And I think penicillin is that's a big one, isn't it? It's a big sort of achievement.
What else have we got?
What, in terms of medicine?
No,
MRI
it's
scanners are pretty cool. Shout out to Mans at University of Nottingham. That's where the MRI came from, right?
Not a clue.
I think it is. This is weird though, because you'd think someone like me, who is a physicist, would be all for like the internet and stuff being the greatest achievement, and then someone who you, like a historian, would be more of the oldie stuff being achievements. But we're actually the other way around.
All the old stuff's just pointless, though.
Why is it?
Like pyramids. No one cares that you built a big triangle.
I mean, a lot of people care.
Yeah, for no reason. Like, they care because they're daft.
No, again, no.
And that they just don't have any effect on anything. Apart from, like, tourism. Which...
They're a wonder.
Big wow.
Yeah, that is
It's just a big shape. It has no function whatsoever.
I can't even argue that, because you have a point. It is just a big pyramid, but, like...
Like, if there was a nice little restaurant at the top of it or something.
It's so impressive. I mean, I haven't been. I don't think you've been either.
No, I'm not.
So
denying...
maybe we should go, and then you'd be more.
My mum's been.
What did she say?
She was just like, yeah, it was alright.
I just think that they're quite impressive in the fact that we did that. But slavery was a big part of it.
I thought they weren't slaves. I thought that whole thing has been debunked.
Is that something you've seen on the internet?
Don't know.
I feel like that's definitely something you've seen on the internet.
I feel like I have the impression that they weren't actually slaves and they got paid relatively well.
That's not what the Bible says. Is it the Bible that says this?
Well, the Bible says a lot of things. But we won't get into that.
Like, are you sure? That's a big statement.
It is a big statement. I'm not sure, no. I'm not sure.
Fake news is a bad thing about the internet.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Oh, I just thought of an interesting spin.
Interesting spin.
The democratic government system.
Democracy.
There are many, many flaws, obviously, as people like to point out all the time. But there's nothing better than it. I think that's a Churchill quote. I think I've said that before on a podcast. He said something along the lines of like, democracy is the worst form of government except from all those other ones, or something like that.
That's bad, that is.
Yeah. Because, like, you know, it's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got many bad things.
Well, realistically, a good dictator would be the best one, but you're never going to get
like,
one.
the ultimate democracy is where every single person in the country votes on every single decision ever taken, but that's just not, like, that's just not feasible. No one has the time to do that.
It'd be great though, wouldn't it? If we just stopped doing anything and just vote on everything.
Yeah. That's something like back what they did in ancient Greece.
Surely it's everyone has the opportunity to vote on everything.
Yeah.
Then there'll be people who wouldn't go and vote because they didn't have time.
Yeah,
but you'd make time for the decisions that matter to you.
I think somewhere like Switzerland do like a lot of votes on a lot of things, like much more than anywhere else. They're like the closest to an ultimate democracy.
I like Switzerland.
It seems like a nice place, doesn't it?
Yeah, it seems like it belongs with like Sweden and them ones, but it's not actually with them.
Yeah. I know it's just very expensive.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probs.
Why was I googling the Great Pyramids?
To find out if it was slavery.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it was and you think it wasn't.
So, you know what? Democracy, I think that could be up there.
Science.
Just science.
Just science.
Alright. What about it?
I don't know. I think... like, space is pretty impressive. But then I haven't got about how pointless it is. But stuff like satellites being in orbit and GPS and stuff, that's very impressive.
Yeah. What would you call that then? That's not just science, is it? That's like...
It's science, Kim.
I don't know.
Don't argue with me about science. Human rights.
Human rights.
They're a pretty big achievement, I think. I think it'd be better if we actually achieved them, but...
Yeah, a lot of people just kind of ignore them, don't they? Quite a lot of people.
Well, a lot of people also don't. We don't.
No, we don't.
I think that the human rights are a good thing. I mean, they can't be bad, so... There you go. They're quite an achievement. But then, yeah, a lot of people just go, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm going to keep oppressing whoever and shooting people and being a bit
yeah, so maybe not.
Horrible person.
They're pretty hard to enforce, really, aren't they?
If they worked, they'd be lit. This is so difficult to think of what the greatest achievement is.
Yeah.
Of mankind. Personkind.
The UN, but that's
again
pretty, you know, just
useless.
In a lot of cases, it is pretty useless. Yeah.
Just something really impressive that we achieved at some point. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
An achievement that's good.
Yeah, there's nothing bad about it.
This is quite a horrible podcast, because all that we're doing,
realising how bad humans are.
Yeah, like, obviously we knew before coming into this that humans are pretty bad. But until you actually try and sit and think about something we've done that was good and didn't eventually turn into bad, it's just impossible.
I think your whole satellites thing, there's nothing bad about them. Until they get turned into weapons.
Until governments can look where people are. But again, we don't mind that.
Mm.
But people would argue that.
Yeah.
I think that quite a big achievement is the fact that people have started to wake up and realise that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
People would argue against democracy as well, because people believe that we're being controlled.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, so people would say that that's bad. Who built Hadrian's Wall?
The Romans.
No, was it the British keeping the Scottish out?
The Romans keeping
the Scottish out.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Is it?
Well, yeah, I guess. Keeps the Scots out.
Is that?
We should have a Welsh one as well.
Right.
You can call it.
No, they just had lots of castles.
Oh,
not the Romans.
Did they have an equivalent for the Welsh?
It was the Normans. William the Conqueror. He built like loads of castles along the border.
Icon.
And then Edward the First went and conquered them.
Who was Edward the First?
The king
of
England.
So why did he conquer castles in England?
No, in Wales. He didn't conquer the castles, sorry, he conquered the Welsh.
Ah!
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. I guess. That was a fun little detour down the history of the United Kingdom.
Yeah. We are just a bad species.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that whatever ends humanity is going to be humanity's greatest achievement.
Definitely. It's definitely going to be our fault why we die.
Yeah. There's no way it's happening accidentally, is there? Well, there's no way it's happening naturally.
Well, unless someone hits Earth and blows
That's
it
not
up.
happening.
Is it not?
We got a big space shield. It hit the glass dome first. I think it's electricity.
It's just a bit boring.
But imagine life without it.
Yeah.
That'd be even worse than life without the internet. I mean, we practically live without the internet a lot of the time.
We do.
How about Monopoly? It's destroyed families and friendship groups for
Is there
generations.
anything like financial wise that's a good achievement? Like the whole,
banking, maybe?
Yeah, like, just the world financial system. But then a lot of people are very poor.
Yeah,
I guess that would fall under capitalism, wouldn't it? Which
people don't like.
People do doubt, and a lot of people do.
What's the alternative to capitalism?
Socialism?
And
I don't know.
the alternative to
Yeah, it's like socialism where you have less private companies and the government own things and stuff.
that sounds bad.
So the money doesn't just go to like one or two people.
Okay, that sounds good. Does it work though?
I don't know. I don't really know much about it.
Don't people say it just doesn't work?
That could be wrong. I might be wrong there, but
You're supposed to be the font of all knowledge.
I don't know. All the places in the world.
Do you know what I've realised, Kieran?
Nice.
This is mankind's greatest achievement.
What?
This podcast. The
art of conversation.
No, easy thoughts is
Right,
mankind's
okay.
greatest achievement. Us specifically. We are mankind's greatest achievement.
Us.
The birth of me and you
Alright.
is the greatest thing that mankind does. Mankind is a bad term.
Yeah.
Why is no one objecting to that?
I feel like they are.
What else do we say? Humankind.
Humankind. Maybe.
So, humankind's
Humanity.
greatest achievement is the birth of me and you. So yeah, there we go. We've done it. Mankind's greatest achievement.
Right.
Us.
So there's a thing. The only thing I can find about that pyramid thing is on the Telegraph and the Guardian. I don't know
What are they
if
saying?
you want to trust them or not. And they said that Egypt's chief archaeologist found new tombs in Giza, supporting the view that the pyramids were built by free workers and not slaves. And that the slave thing is a popular perception of Hollywood.
Right. Is that Egypt's chief architect? Is it not going to be biased towards making Egypt look less bad?
I don't know.
I mean, Egypt don't really look bad.
No, it was many years ago. Because their tombs are like next to the king, so if they were slaves, they wouldn't be there. I'm just reading facts.
Straight fact. Oh, speaking of, what's the internet think mankind's greatest achievement is?
That's a good question.
To put mankind's greatest achievement into the internet.
Yeah.
And then we can be like, yeah, that's wrong because humanity sucks.
Let's have a look what they reckon.
I reckon it'll be like Pyramids, Great Wall of China and that lot.
I hope not. Human rights revolutions, so we had that one.
Ooh, we agree with the internet.
They have the American Constitution on there.
Magna Carta.
Magna Carta.
Could well be one up there with greatest achievements.
Yeah.
In terms of important things.
I think you do kind of have to go down the more like political human rights kind of path on this one, don't you?
Magna Carta's pretty good.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Magna Carta, Kieran. You're a history student.
Oh man.
Just sum it up.
I've never really covered the Magna Carta. I don't
I've
know
seen
when
it.
it was. Yeah, I've seen it as well in Lincoln.
I've seen it in London.
They have multiple thingies, don't they?
Yeah, I've seen the one in the library. I took a picture of it.
So yeah, it was in 1215. I know that much.
I've seen one of the first Bibles as well. I think they have that there.
King John.
King John.
He was a bad man.
This is Robin Hood.
What?
Isn't Robin Hood and Magna Carta similar?
In that Robin Hood film, there is King John on the Magna Carta.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. King John. A lot of people hated him. He's a nasty boy.
What did he do to them nasty?
I don't know. I think he took loads of taxes that he wasn't allowed to take or something. So people, I think it was like the Northerners rebelled, good lads, and it all resulted in the signing of the Magna Carta, which meant that like the king had to follow his own laws, so he couldn't just do what he wanted. Maybe. I think that's the rough idea of what happened.
So it was sort of the start of a lot of law stuff.
Yeah.
Modern law.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, that's good.
I think that route is the right route to go down. They have number 2 as the United Nations, which
I disagree with. Really, I don't think it's ever really done much. What?
Well, we don't really see the effects of it because we're in Britain, aren't we? If you lived somewhere else, you might.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they're chatting rubbish because number 3 is the Mona Lisa. Are you alright?
I mean, it's a nice painting, I guess. I've never seen it.
Humanity's greatest achievement, number 3. Right, number 4 is Michelangelo's, I don't know, a sculpture.
Is it David?
No, something I can't pronounce.
Alright, David. What was it? Look.
Pieter or something.
Peter?
Peter. I don't know.
I haven't seen that one. Is Michelangelo did David? I've seen David.
Probs.
Oh, I've seen like something of David in
Alright, no. Number 5 is the works of Shakespeare.
That's definitely wrong.
No.
Shakespeare sucks.
Shakespeare does suck.
Shakespeare's terrible.
Right, I'm getting off this list. It's all
you sounded so annoyed. You got so annoyed when you got past 3.
When it comes to humanity's greatest achievements, I am just discounting like art and literature and stuff. I'm sorry, but
they're not achievements.
They're not that important. They're nice, you know. It's nice to have them. It keeps people happy.
Legends. That's
Apex Legends is a work of art.
It's humanity's greatest achievement.
So good.
I just want to play it. What are you doing for the rest of the day?
I've got to do uni work.
What are you doing tonight?
Are you free tonight?
Maybe. We'll talk about that after.
We should definitely play it. Declaration of Human Rights. Yeah, they just have all the human rights ranks from other countries. Democracy, we had that one. Oh, here's Churchill's quote. I'm just so. I've got everything in my head.
What about Nick Cage? Is he mankind's greatest achievement?
Maybe.
The National Treasure movies.
The United Nations.
I'm going to steal
the Mona Lisa's on here as well. And Shakespeare. Ocean Voyages, we had that one.
Yeah.
Railways, they were pretty big.
Yeah, they were good.
Flight.
We said that.
Vaccines. Yes.
Yeah, medicine, vaccines, and vaccines are good.
They have the man on the moon as well. which I personally disagree with.
I mean, it's...
That is an achievement.
It is. It's a very big achievement.
It is a very big achievement.
It is...
To put someone on something that's not Earth, like of Earth, that is really, really impressive.
But in terms of its actual benefits of what it did for people, was not a right lot.
Yeah. The Olympics, that's more like a cultural thing, isn't it?
I'd say in terms of like a cultural achievement, the Olympics is pretty major.
Yeah.
Because that's been going a while on it now.
Oh yeah. Well, they had the ancient Olympics and then
The modern Olympics.
Olympics.
What did they do in between?
I don't know. Greatest achievement in the past few decades: the fall of the Berlin Wall, the ending of apartheid, the environmental movement. That's it. So I feel like we have covered quite a lot of what people are saying.
Yeah, I'd say we're pretty spot on with our sort of what could be, but I still haven't got an idea of what is.
Still have a solid answer.
Because humanity just sucks.
The greatest achievement will be
The end of humanity.
when we stop
Sucking.
being horrible to each other.
Yeah, peace. Peace
When
would
we
be a
have
lovely achievement.
World unity, and everyone's working together. That will be the greatest
And they
achievement.
all bow down to me.
To the supreme leader.
To the supreme leader. That is Easy Thoughts.
Okay, so I went on Reddit on a page that was humanity's greatest achievements, and the top answer is Reddit.
Yeah, right, well...
Oh, wow, okay, another answer is my microwave beeping when it's done.
Why is that an achievement? Did they not used to do that?
I don't know.
I think if someone built a microwave that did microwave popcorn properly, that'd be a pretty great achievement.
Yeah.
Because, like, that don't happen ever.
Yeah, universal suffrage, we kind of did that in the democracy one.
FIFA, as in the video game.
Definitely not.
Not the organisation.
Written language, that...
The printing press.
That's a big one, that is. The printing press as well, yeah.
That's what they call it, isn't it?
Yeah, being able to communicate by writing, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
That is very big. Imagine when they couldn't print things, you had to write everything. And more than half the people couldn't actually understand writing. That would just be awful.
Do you know what? Who was the first person to speak another language? And how did they learn it?
Yeah, it always confuses me how they would find another people that they've never met before and somehow learn the language. That just blows my mind. It really does.
Well, what if they just thought they knew the language and they actually had no idea? And they would just, like, say these things that they thought they were saying, like, hi, how are you? And they were saying, like, please pass me that orange. And they just thought they were, like, actually part of this thing, and they had no idea, and they were just like, what orange?
That isn't really, yeah. I imagine maybe, like, people who are close to other people, their languages were kind of similar, but not the same. So you could always be kind of similar to someone else's language, maybe? I don't know.
I just don't get how the first person spoke another language.
But then, when the Spanish went to South America for the first time, or whatever, and found those people, how did they speak to them?
Shot them.
Because, they never even
They
knew of their existence. Yeah, they did kill them all, but they spoke to them a bit first.
Didn't they give them lots of gold or something? Because gold was abundant over there.
They stole their gold.
Right.
You know, the whole Spanish treasure galleon things.
On Horrible Histories, there's an episode where they say that the Incas gave gold away to somebody because they had so much gold that they just didn't think it was worth anything.
Yeah, maybe.
I think Horrible Histories is my source there.
I mean, it's probably quite useless to them because they didn't have a currency system.
Yeah, that's true. What's your answer then?
I don't know.
We're coming to the end now.
I don't have an answer. There's many things that are good.
And most of them are bad.
So yeah, I think up there in the top is the whole human rights and democracy and all that, and universal suffrage, medicine.
Yeah, I think mine's either the Magna Carta or penicillin.
And then I'm gonna go with written language as well. I like that one.
Yeah.
Well, you could argue that was a bad thing because it helped. Like, written language developed from like the religious books, and they all contributed to lots of death and war.
Stupid stuff.
Yeah, so maybe
Stupid
not.
Death, stupid death, they're funny because they're true. So,
yeah.
I think Magna Carta for my democracy one,
Yeah.
and penicillin for my other one. Because penicillin did a lot of washing your hands. That guy in the hospital who figured out to wash your hands.
Yeah.
So the discovery of germs, essentially,
Yeah, I guess.
was pretty major in medicine, wasn't it? Because
Theory.
they just used to just go around doing all this.
They used to think it was miasma, where you breathed it in, and it was like an invisible mist.
But they used to not wash their hands, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna start washing my hands between each one," and then people just stopped dying.
Where was that again?
Right in London.
I've heard the story. Was it in London? I don't know.
I thought it was. Maybe, I don't know. I just feel like everything happened in London. or New York, if it's like an natural disaster.
London was where they discovered that cholera was waterborne, didn't they?
Yeah, that's not ideal, is it, cholera?
And my fun fact is...
Oh god, here we go. Yeah, hang on. He said the words.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Are we ready? Because this is not going to be fun, is it?
So
out of 10. Out of 10. And remember, the criteria for a 10 is for me to be like, oh, I didn't know that.
Right. So when everyone in London was dying of cholera, they had
it already isn't fun. You started off with the death of cholera.
They had multiple people all trying to figure out what was going on. There was the guy who worked on the water pump who eventually figured it out. I can't remember his name. And loads of other people. Did you know one of the people who was trying to help figure it out was W.H. Smith of W.H. Myths?
That is fun.
Yeah.
That is a fun fact.
I think he donated loads of money or something to try and help out.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah.
I'm giving you. I didn't make the noise.
You didn't go.
I didn't. But yeah, I felt it. So your last one was a 4 out of 10.
What was that one? The craft beer, the IPA one.
Yeah, the IPA was 4 out of 10. That wasn't very fun.
This one, solid.
This one, 7.
7.
7 out of 10 for
improving.
that. That was good. That should be a thing. Every week you have to have a fun fact.
Oh, I'm down for that.
And I have to rate it.
I love fun facts.
You don't know what one is.
Look
But
at
that was a good
W.H.
one.
Smith now though, just loads of overpriced tat.
Yeah, but that makes me want to shop in there because he saved the world. Or didn't.
Do people actually shop at W.H. Smith's? Unless you're at an airport or train station.
I've been in the WH Smith.
Why? Are you okay?
Get some stationery.
There's just better places. And
Like-
cheaper. Not really just cheaper. It's just so expensive. You go in there for a bottle of water and it's £2. It's like, gee.
Who's going to WH Smith for a bottle of water?
When it's the only place that you can go in.
Right.
Anyway, whatever.
So what we need to do is a business where we open cheaper versions of WH Smith next to the WH Smith.
That's sort of another achievement. The supermarket.
Bad.
Nah, kill small businesses.
Yeah, bad.
No, forget that.
Ruined lots of towns. People did not like supermarkets when they...
I didn't think there.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. So yeah, there you have it. Penicillin and the Magna Carta for me, and what was yours?
I mean, are you just saying the Magna Carta on its own, or just that whole kind of...
Well, I think the Magna Carta was the point where it all sort of went...
Alright, just human rights and stuff. And
human rights and stuff.
Freedom.
What an achievement.
Yeah.
Freedom. Freedom.
So yeah, mine is... I feel like... did we not just say this?
Yeah, I was just rounding off.
Right, yeah. So you're that. I'm human rights, democracy, in a very vague kind of sense.
Very vague.
Yeah. Medicine, and not written language anymore because I realised that was bad.
Yep.
There we go.
But the main thing that I want everyone to take away from this episode is 2 things actually. First thing, Kieran's getting better at fun facts, so get ready for that next week. And second thing, humanity is bad. So there you have it.
There we go.
That's what we've discovered.
So we hope you enjoyed that one. That was a fun one, I think.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I had fun with that one.
It was a lot harder than I thought
it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So next week, it's another little.
It's time.
Subject week,
yes.
Isn't it? And
yes, it is.
we're going to Geography Town next week.
Geography Town.
We're going to Geography Town.
I don't know much about geography. I don't think you know much about geography.
I'm alright with geography.
I mean,
I'd say after history, geography is my second best subject.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Don't ask what we're going to talk about in that geography podcast.
Yeah, we will think of our geographic topic and let you know via the social medias.
That's the one.
Yeah,
on the internet.
We might have a guest or we might not have a guest.
We're going to look into that.
So look forward to that one. Yeah, but thank you very much for listening or watching if you watch the logo on the screen. Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that jazz. Follow us on our social media. Keep up with us. Kind of haven't posted much recently.
Yeah, we're going to get back on that
Yeah.
now. So, actually, that means I want to add something at the end there.
Right.
So our new format is Thursday releases
Yes, it
for the
is.
podcast, and we are still working on trying to figure out how and when we're going to do that video thing that we mentioned. We haven't abandoned that idea. It is still there. We had the first one done and it just didn't work, and so yeah, we're just trying to figure that out. But yeah, we'll keep everything posted on social media from now on. We are back on it.
Yep.
We are back on it after our sabbatical, which I hated. Hated our sabbatical.
Right then. Goodbye.
See you later. Stay easy.